Teddy, a small life growing into herself. In the early weeks of her life, Teddy was a kitten defined by uncertainty. Tiny, quiet, and still discovering what it meant to exist, she entered a world far larger than she was prepared for. But even in those first fragile moments, she carried a quiet determination. The kind that only the smallest creatures seemed to hold. When Teddy was first taken in, she weighed little more than a handful. Her movements were slow and deliberate. Not out of fear, but simply because she was still learning how her body worked. Every blink, every stretch, every attempt to stand was a small milestone in her early development. Kittens at this stage rely heavily on warmth and stability. Teddy was no exception. With proper care, steady feeding, and a safe environment, her body began to respond. Her muscles strengthened, her senses sharpened, and her world steadily grew wider. As her eyes adapted to light, Teddy began observing everything around her. Her gaze was curious, often fixed on objects far too big for her to understand. A moving hand, a shadow on the wall, the sound of footsteps across a room. Each stimulus became part of the map she was drawing, of a world she had only just entered. Her hearing developed quickly. A soft call of her name, the rustle of fabric, the clink of a bowl. These sounds became signals, guiding her attention and shaping her daily rhythms. Within weeks, Teddy's personality began to appear. She moved with more confidence, testing her limits with gentle steps, and gradually replacing hesitation with curiosity. Like many young cats, she explored not for adventure, but for understanding. Every new object was examined. Every new space was approached with caution, then comfort. Play became a central part of her growth. Small movements, batting at a string, pawing at a soft blanket, or rolling onto her back, helped her build coordination and balance. These early behaviors would later shape the confident, expressive cat she would become. Over time, Teddy's features began to change. Her fur thickened, her posture strengthened, and her steps became purposeful rather than tentative. She learned how to leap, how to land, how to stretch after waking, and how to settle into the warmest corners of a room. Her appetite increased as her body demanded more fuel to grow. Each meal supported bone development, muscle formation, and the steady growth of a healthy young cat. As she grew, Teddy also began forming bonds. She learned the meaning of routine, the comfort of familiar voices, the predictability of being cared for, the trust built through gentle handling and consistent presence. Cats form attachments quietly, and Teddy did so in her own way, by choosing to stay close, by watching intently, by responding to the world not with fear, but with a calm and steady curiosity. With time, her movements became more fluid and assured. She explored higher surfaces, tested her balance, and interacted more actively with her surroundings. The small kitten who once struggled to keep her eyes open was now a young cat charting her own territory within the home. Her personality stabilized into something soft, gentle, and quietly confident. She wasn't loud or demanding. She simply existed with presence. A small creature finding her place in a world that had once seemed too big to survive. Today, Teddy stands as a testament to what steady care and a safe environment can create. Her growth wasn't dramatic. It wasn't extraordinary. It was natural. The slow, steady unfolding of a life given the chance to thrive. In her eyes, you can still see traces of the tiny kitten she once was. But in her posture, her calm curiosity, and her quiet confidence, you see the cat she has become. This is Teddy's story. A simple story, a real story, a small life growing into herself, one day at a time.